Good morning, Bazzle babes. I just pulled up to the school. When I left, it was dark outside. I don't know, I got a problem. It's the snooze problem. I just be tired. I came up with the plan because I'm still disappointed about the way the kids behaved yesterday, which is totally unacceptable. So I feel as though in my presentation, when I went over procedures and expectations, I said, I'll trust you until you give me a reason to not trust you, and I'll respect you. But what they did, they didn't respect me. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I don't like disrespectful kids. I need you to behave the way you behave with me when I'm there, when I'm not there. So hold on a second, I gotta go clock in. So I just made it inside my classroom. So what I'm going to do is take away the balls. I'm going to take away the bikes. We have a storage little closet, so they'll be taken away until after Thanksgiving break, and then I'll bring them back slowly, because there has to be consequences, and those are the consequences. You don't have to have a ball. You don't have to have a bike. You don't have to have these extra things in the classroom. They're privileges to have these things. But if you're going to abuse those privileges, I can replace them with a desk. I am required to have a desk for you. So it doesn't have to be a fancy desk. It could be a traditional school desk. So hopefully, when or if I ever need a sub again, they'll behave accordingly. So it's almost like when you send your children out, you better act like you got some sense when you're out and, you know, you're not there with your child. You're hoping that you've instilled certain habits into that child where they're gonna behave because they don't want the consequences of what's gonna happen. And sometimes things happen, but I gotta take this stuff away. And then Heather's like, oh no, she feels sorry for him. Oh no, don't do that. Well, there has to be consequences. How are you gonna learn? I don't know what else to say. Things have to go bye-bye. But I'll bring them back. I'll bring them back. I'm just disappointed, very disappointed. And I warned them, and I kept checking in. But you know, of course, when I walk back in the room, they quiet. So let's see. I think I have everything set. Then I have a wingback chair. I put a close sign on that. So like I said, these are privileges. These are privileges that I go above and beyond to provide for the kids. And I feel as though I'm driving over 100 and something miles a day. I've made several trips out of here to give you an inviting classroom. Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect. And my classroom was a mess. There was markers all over the floor. It was a mess in here when I got back. So therefore, you didn't respect the house. You know, so should I feel bad? Behave accordingly. And you kind of disrespected my classroom, my things. It was a hot mess in this room as well. They didn't respect any of that. This is my time. This is my heart. This is my energy. No bueno. No and a bueno. This is a popular area over here. So I have the close sign on the wingback chair, and then I faced it to the window. Look. And in my, like I said before, in my presentation with my expectations and procedures for the class, I said, I will trust you till you give me a reason. I'm always gonna respect the kids, but they did not respect Miss Bazzle and her things. And that has hurt my feelings. So, because trust me, this far. This is far. So when I have to drop Bobby off, I'm driving about 120 miles a day. No bueno. No, you have to respect the sacrifice that I'm making to be here too. So, well, the day is over and I'm leaving kind of late. The earliest you can leave is at 3:10, but that's if you get here early. So I'm leaving, it's almost 3:45 and I'm just loaded down with bags. So the kids were very apologetic with their substitute teacher and the behavior. I was not happy, and I said I drive over 115 miles every day to be here, and I don't make that drive to be disrespected. And if a substitute teacher is there, and if you're disrespecting the substitute teacher, that means you're disrespecting me. And I said, you know, I could be at a local school. I don't have to be here. You don't have to have all these little gadgets in a room. Those are privileges, and they can be easily taken away. Therefore, they were all taken away. But child, you didn't hear people out of that room after I gave my long speech to those kids. So upset. I'm so upset. I'm shaking because I'm disappointed. I don't drive this far to be treated this way. And I said, you left my room a mess. You left paper on the floor, markers on the floor, balls all over the place. I said, that's not how we leave the room. We have a cleaner for that job. We have jobs. All of you have a job, a specific job. And no one did their job. And then I allowed some of the kids to sit outside in the front. And it was a beautiful day. And it just brought so much joy to my heart just to see 4 children lounging out in front of the classroom, really doing their work. I didn't have to go out there. I didn't have to redirect. Those kids were on point.
Continue.
But let me tell you, as a teacher, you really have to set your expectations from day one. If you don't, the kids will have expectations for you. You won't have a class. It'll be their class, and they'll be running it. So you gotta set your ground rules, honey, and you gotta stick to them. Even though I was, you know, I felt a little bad, but I'm like, no, we gotta have some type of order in the house when I'm there and when I'm not there. That's how you're supposed to behave. So they were quiet today, and another teacher walked in. She was like, you could hear a pin drop in that class. And I think they had time to reflect on how they behaved, and I had them write a note. What could have been done differently? Why do you think there was a problem, and what is the solution for next time? You know, still working on their writing skills. And so everyone wrote their little letters, and they were really cute. So I have them write their stuff on index cards. So I didn't like being so firm with them. And then, you know, Heather's like, no, don't be so mean. I said, I'm not being mean. I'm just reiterating what my expectations are. And my expectation is for you to act like you got some sense when I'm not there. So, not being mean, because if you let the kids run over you, hunty, I come from an alternative school. Some my classes I was firm, and some I was easy, and the ones I was easy with, they kind of ran the class. So you live and you learn. Not happening here at this place. No bueno. I don't care what kind of situation is. You still have to have order. You still have to run your classroom, because if you don't, you won't have an effective classroom, and not much learning is going to get done. We're going to learn today. They're so cute though. They're so cute. But they're going to learn today. Miss Bazzle's not the one. I've dealt with some rough kids, and they're nowhere near compared to those kids. So no, don't try to play me, honey. I've dealt with the roughest of the rough, and you don't match up. So don't play your little shenanigans with me, because I'm going to check you on it, boo. I'm going to check you. We got to have a smooth sailing ship in our classroom. And maybe after Thanksgiving, I'll bring those little bikes and balls, and I'll bring all those things back, and I might bring back extra, because they are very good kids. They was reading today.